You know, there's a war being fought every single day, but the prize isn't land or anything like that. It's your financial future. And the battlefield, well, it's your own bank account.
Come on, we've all been there, right? That late night scroll on your phone, that super tempting email, the flash sale that feels like it's just too good to pass up. We click buy, and for a second, it feels amazing. But what's actually driving that decision? Why do we so often buy things we don't really, truly need?
You might think, it's just a few dollars here and there, no big deal. But what if I told you the real answer is the difference between a pretty comfortable retirement and a life of constant struggle? Seriously, we're talking about a gap of hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. To get how that's even possible, we need to zoom out and look at the whole picture.
Okay, so our first stop on this journey is the one closest to home, the battle happening inside our own heads. It's that constant tug of war between what we want right now and what we want most.
Researchers have a name for this, of course: impulsive buying behavior. Now, the key things to notice in that definition are sudden purchase and precludes any thoughtful consideration. This is a gut decision, right? It's driven by feeling, not logic. It's pretty much the buy now, think later mentality in a nutshell.
So how do we fight back against that impulse? Well, research points to two really crucial mental tools. I want you to think of it like you're driving a car. On one side, you've got spending self-control. This is your brake pedal. It's your ability to just stop yourself in that moment. And on the other side, you have long-term orientation. That's your GPS. It's your plan, your destination, your vision for where you want to go in life. And here's the cool part. When you have a really clear destination, it makes it so much easier to know exactly when to hit the brakes.
All right, let's move to our next zoom level. A single impulse buy isn't going to break you. We all know that. But what happens when these tiny little choices become daily habits? That, my friends, is where financial fates are really decided.
So, a paper from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis kind of boiled this all down to 5 super simple questions. They asked thousands of people these questions for over 2 decades. And just look at them. They're not about complicated stock market stuff. They're about fundamental habits, like, hey, did you save any money last year? Or did you carry a credit card balance? These are the absolute building blocks of your financial health.
And here's the jaw-dropper, the result. People with poor financial habits, the ones who scored low on those questions, had a median net worth of about $25,000. Okay, but those who consistently practice good habits, their median net worth was, wait for it, over $800,000. This is the whole point. Your daily habits aren't just habits. They're a direct predictor of your financial destiny. The difference is staggering. Now for our third zoom level, the cold, hard math. We've seen how our own psychology and our habits shape our wealth, but those habits directly influence the price we pay for one of the most powerful forces working against us: interest. Based on current rates and average spending, this number, $649,067, is the total amount the average American can expect to pay just in interest over their lifetime. Just let that sink in for a second. That's money that doesn't buy you a house or a car or an education. It's simply the price you pay for borrowing. It vanishes.
So, where does all that money go? Well, the giant slice of the pie, no surprise, is mortgage interest. It just dwarfs everything else. But look closer at those other pieces. Nearly $24,000 just for using a credit card? That's where all those smaller impulse buys can really, really add up. It all contributes to this massive drain on your earnings over your entire life.
And here's where it all connects. The crucial point is that our habits, from that first section, directly impact these massive numbers we're looking at now. Your credit score, which is basically just a report card on your financial habits, becomes your price tag. Just look at the difference in total mortgage interest paid. An excellent score versus just a fair one means a savings of over $135,000. Your habits are literally worth 6 figures.
Let's zoom out again. This isn't just an individual person struggling with numbers on a spreadsheet. This financial pressure creates this massive ripple effect, and it impacts our well-being, our whole society, and even our economy.
According to a report from Your Moneyline, 61% of employees say they are stressed about their finances constantly. This isn't just a once-in-a-while worry. For a majority of the workforce, it's a persistent, draining state of being.
And that stress, it doesn't just stay at home. It follows people to work. Half of those stressed employees say it negatively impacts their productivity on the job. The pressure cooker of financial uncertainty is just boiling over into our professional lives.
As Peter Dunn, the CEO of Your Moneyline, puts it, this is no longer just a personal problem. It has become a collective challenge that affects morale, job satisfaction, and the bottom line for businesses everywhere.
So for our final and our widest zoom out, we have to look at the systems that are actually designed to profit from all this financial vulnerability. Because, this isn't always a fair fight. There's a playbook being used against consumers.
A key term you gotta know is equity stripping. It's the practice of just loading up loans with excessive fees, which then get rolled right back into the loan itself. So get this, even if you make every single payment on time, your debt can actually grow, and your wealth, the equity in your home, is permanently stripped away.
And how did they do it? Well, here are 3 common tactics. First, you've got exorbitant upfront fees, way above the typical 1 or 2%. Second, financed credit insurance, where years of premiums are literally chained to the loan and you end up paying interest on them. And finally, prepayment penalties that trap borrowers in a cage, forcing them to pay a huge fee just to escape a bad loan.
So what's the total cost of these predatory practices to American borrowers? The same report estimates it at $9.1 billion annually. That's wealth being systematically transferred from families to predatory lenders every single year.
So, we've zoomed all the way out, from the little neurons firing in your brain when you see a Buy Now button, all the way to the billion-dollar systems designed to exploit that very impulse. It is crystal clear that your financial life is a battle fought on 2 very distinct fronts.
On one side, you have the internal battle of personal habits. This is all about your self-control, your long-term thinking, and the small choices you make day in and day out. But on the other side, you have the external battle against predatory systems, the environment that is often designed to make those right choices even harder. Winning this war means you gotta fight on both fronts.
We've laid out the entire battlefield. You can see the internal struggles, the incredible power of compounding habits, the crushing math of debt, and the predatory systems at play. The question isn't for me anymore, it's for you. Now that you can see the entire field, what's your next move?